Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Yulia. Few short announcements. If you do resonate with information that I'm sharing here, please subscribe. It will help the channel grow, and this way we'll be able to reach more people. Also, I'll be giving away 2 free t-shirts each month. So if you are interested, please go into the description box below, click on merch store, go down there, pick any design that you like, and put the name of the design into the comment section below under any video throughout the entire month, and I'll pick 2 winners and announce them on the 1st of each month. Also, if you're interested in my private consultation or in my book, the info is down below. So today I'm going to be talking about the most important subject. Where do you start your healing? Where do you start your detoxing? Where do you start improving your health and addressing your maybe chronic health issues or any other health issues that just came up? And everything starts with your gut. So we need to address your gut initially and then go from there. It's not the only thing, but it's the very first thing that you would want to address. When I'm talking about addressing the gut, it's decongesting. When I'm saying decongesting, I'm not saying completely detoxing it and removing all the buildup. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that average person carries 3 to 5 days worth of rotten food in their system. And when they say that they go to the bathroom every day, it doesn't mean that they are not constipated. I'd say 99.9% of people are very constipated even if they go to the bathroom every day, because they ate, they went to the bathroom, but guess what? They pooped out something that they ate 3 days ago. That is constipation, because you carry inside of you so much rot, and it sits and poisons you on a daily basis, and it's chronic. And you're used to that kind of condition, so you don't understand why health issues, but that's where you have to start. Decongest first. So then, once you stabilize and did that first little step, decongest, then you can address the next step, which would be detox and completely cleanse your intestines, which is a different story. And why I am separating that story is that you have to understand what's happening inside of you. You eat a lot of mucus-forming foods, and you don't even know what is mucus-forming foods. I probably will have to make another video on that. But let's say rice. A good example, you boil it for a long time and water turns into glue. You literally can glue stuff with it. That is mucus. So if you eat a lot of mucus-forming foods, it goes inside of your intestines and it coats thin layer and dries up, because we're chronically dehydrated. We don't even know that because we're used to living like that our entire lives. So coat upon coat, layer upon layer in your intestines, and then what happens, this is for demonstration purpose only, it's not the actual size, but let's say this is your intestine, and then layer upon layer of this mucoid plaque, and finally it's twice smaller. The passage is twice smaller. So what happens is that you created this mucoid plaque that is dried up like stone, and you cannot even sometimes cut through it with a knife, and it's really thick. And then you have on top of it all these parasites that are lurking in there. You're trying to eradicate them. They hide behind this plaque and it's safe, and then they come out back again. And absorption is very, very poor, because you have this layer of plaque that is coating the entire small intestine. This is like chronic thing with pretty much every person who is on standard American diet. And that would take either radical methods like water fasting for 30 to 60 days, which plus some time of refeeding, which not every person can afford. As a matter of fact, less than 1% of people will jump to something radical like that. Or it'll take months or years to soak it up like sponge, and like remove and break it down and remove it out of your system. So I'm not going to be addressing complete detox and cleanse. I'm talking about decongesting your system. So we want to remove this buildup of 3 to 6 days of backed up food in our system, and we want to regulate our diet to the point where we are eliminating within 24 hours. So we consume food, and the latest is within 24 hours it is out of our system. The ideal is obviously is 8 hours, but I don't think it's realistic nowadays in nowadays society with people's schedules and everything. It's just unrealistic. So I would say if you are under 24 hours, you still will see healing effects, and you still will be progressing in detoxing and improving your health. So that would be the first goal that you set up. So now let's talk about what you can do to actually get there. And again, one more thing I want to mention for people who think that we are carnivores. Let's compare ourselves to carnivores for 1 second. So lions or tigers, they have very smooth intestines. They're only 6 feet long, and once they consume rotten meat or flesh or dead flesh or whatever, even fresh flesh, whatever it is, it goes through their stomach and it comes out within 6 hours. They're never constipated. For us, we need a lot of fiber to push something like that through our system, because our intestines are 3 times longer and they are bead-like shape. They are not smooth at all, and they structured in a way where without fiber they can't even push through the dead flesh or meat or anything like that. Well, little to speak of, to say about all of that parasites and all that stuff. When lions or tigers eat dead flesh or rotten flesh or anything like that, all bacteria and parasites are getting killed by their stomach acid, because it's 20 times stronger than our stomach acid. We are not capable of that. No matter how much we treat our meat or animal products, there's always still larvae in there, encapsulated and protected. There's always some kind of parasite. It goes into our system, and guess what? Our stomach acid is 20 times weaker than lion's stomach acid. We cannot cope with that. We cannot kill anything, any bacteria, any parasite, not really. So we're asking for trouble if we are thinking that we are like tigers or lions. We're like carnivores, like true carnivores. But that's a different story. So we want to decongest that buildup. Let's get back to it. The first thing, obviously, I recommend to incorporate much more fiber into your diet. Preferably, if you do 40 to 60% of raw vegan foods like salads, like vegetables, like high water content fruits. Be careful, please, with fruits, because now it's general advice. It's not specific to someone. So if you have systemic candida, maybe it's not the good choice for you. But definitely do not try to eat only bananas. Even though it's good on fiber, it's very high on sugar. So try to stick with high water content fruits like oranges, grapefruits, or kiwi, something like that. That would be much more reasonable. And if you can, I would definitely recommend you going 100% raw vegan, because that's where you get the most benefits for improving your health. If you cannot, please do not substitute meat with soy, because that's devastating. I mean, I'll make a different video on that, but basically the idea is, if you don't, especially for men, if you don't want to self-castrate, it's literally you're doing self-castration if you are suppressing production of testosterone in your body. And by consuming tofu or something like that, you are really messing with your hormones, and you are shutting down the production of testosterone in your body. So I don't think it's healthier choice. So just try to go raw vegan if you can't. I guess do not replace, please, with tofu your meat. Probably it'll be healthier to stick with meat at that point. I don't know. It's not healthy either way, but I think it's better choice. So if you cannot consume a lot of fiber, because people say, okay, I'm not used to it, I cannot eat a lot of salads, I start having upset stomach, I start having a lot of gas, I'd say try to incorporate some psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is not bad, provided you hydrate yourself a lot, because you need to drink a lot of water, it absorbs a lot of water, and you don't want to get more constipated. So that's what you have to look out for if you start using psyllium husk. So also I would recommend you starting using enzymes, specifically digestive enzymes, with your meals, especially if you eat dead food. When I'm saying dead food, I'm not referring to animal products. Anything that you cook turns dead. And here's how it works. If you take an apple has all of the enzymes it needs. It self-digests. Like, why raw vegan is so good is it's got all the enzymes and everything that you need in it. In pure form. So leave the apple long enough, it'll rot, it'll self-digest literally. So when you eat apple, raw apple, within 2 hours it's digested and it's done in your system. And it's easy in your system because it's got all the needed enzymes for digestion. But if you take the same apple and you cook it or bake it or whatever, and then you put it in your stomach, now you put dead tissue, dead stuff, dead food into your body, and your body needs to manufacture all of those enzymes to digest it. So it's sitting and rots in your stomach for like 8 hours instead of 2 hours, and it creates some problems. It's literally, it starts poisoning you, even that. So to expedite the process of turnaround and to regulate yourself and decongest, I highly suggest you starting incorporating digestive enzymes if you're eating dead food. And also keep in mind that with aging, we start producing much less enzymes, digestive enzymes, and it's much harder for us. So therefore, what happens is backup. We're congested. So also, I would recommend you, that's one of the best things that actually I've done at the very beginning of my journey more than 10 years ago, but it was amazing. So celery juice. Nowadays, a lot of people that I work with actually, that's one of the biggest problems, that they cannot quit drinking coffee in the morning because they say that they cannot go to the bathroom and hence they're congested, and hence that's a big problem. So if you take 3 to 6 celery sticks and throw in 1 apple and juice all of it on empty stomach every morning, guess what? You just replaced your coffee in a much healthier way. You will be going to the bathroom, no problem. Just increase a little bit more celery sticks. If you are more congested, you will have to figure out your own measurement. But the gist of it is that you prepare your stomach for the rest of the day for digesting. You have all essential salts from celery, so you will not have as much gas throughout the day. You will have much smoother digestion throughout the day. You will decongest and you'll be going to the bathroom regularly. And within 4 months, I remember within 4 months, I noticed huge difference. When I was doing it religiously every day for 4 months at least. It does wonders. It will decongest you for sure. Also, you can incorporate flaxseed oil. It's really helpful. 1 tablespoon a day. Put it on a salad. I was putting straight into my mouth. It's not laxative, so you will not have diarrhea or anything, but it will regulate you. You'll be starting going to the bathroom on a regular basis and much more. And they say it's one of the things that you can use for your allergies, and the technology behind it is exactly that. You decongest. And if you decongest and you have less rot inside of your stomach on a daily basis, guess what? Your body starts detoxing and addressing all the health issues, and you start feeling better. So how do you jumpstart your body? Because one of the problems that I come across is that people complain to me that, okay, well, I try all of the things that you mentioned to me, but you know, the next day I eat a salad and I have this upset stomach, I have gas, so I have to go back. No, what you need to do is you need to decongest first to jumpstart it. You need to remove all that rot out of your stomach that you built up over 3 to 5 days. So what we need to do is we need to actually drink some Epsom salt, one of the ways. Put 2 to 4 tablespoons in a glass of water, drink a lot of water with that, and flush your system. The next day you start with salad, it'll be a totally different story. Another option is saltwater flush. Saltwater flush is a little bit harsher from my perspective because you have to drink much more liquid and you mix salt in it, like pink salt or sea salt, and some people are so congested they have to drink, like they say it's usually 1 quart of water. In my experience, people end up having to drink up to 4 quarts of water of this salt water in order to have that flush to happen. Very uncomfortable situation, but clears you out real good, and you keep drinking that till you have clear water coming out of the other end, and that's how you jumpstart it. So the idea is to initially jumpstart it, decongest it, and then adjust our diet so we will not be holding in ourselves this rot of 3 to 5 days. And it's not that hard to do, so we incorporate all the things that I mentioned above, and that will be the first step to healing your body.